more for the game. Come, sit.
You have passed the 13 gates. And you come to my table to play the game of life and death. Your stake is wagered. I refuse none who come here. Yet, I say, turn back. The game begins. One lives and one dies. Let us see what you are made of. Here is the first member of my court, the Jack of Dust. 12 in all must fall before you may challenge me. Let the cards fall where they may. We begin. That first moment, that glinting weapon, the call to action, to adventure. Truly, there is nothing like it. You're on the final floor of our simple map. Your opponent waits here for you. Find him. You have reached my first champion. A good man, driven to madness by a war that took all from him. Wife and child, kith and kin. From such dark and brittle iron I forge my tools. Now we see your metal. Some enemy attacks cannot be blocked or countered. Get out of the way, or stop them with your own counterattack. Down into the worms with him. Perhaps there is peace for him in the grave, poor soul. One champion has been sent to the cabinet. Yet we are only at the start of our road. You will face 11 more opponents who will test your strength, your memories, and your resolve. Few fall at the first hurdle. None reach the last. Ah, good. Now you understand the basics. We can begin in earnest. Your hero is returned to his beginning items. Our decks are reset. Welcome to the cabinet, home of the members of my court. Now you can play the game as the gods do, without consequence or concern. I will add my own cards to the deck. How boring life would be without a little spice. Play for life and death. Prepare yourself. I'm sure you are grateful for that. Bound once more, seeking the heart of it all. Many have reached this far. Further, in fact. I do not know if you have what it takes to do better than they did. You can now reflect your opponent's ranged attacks using your shield. Make good use of this skill if you wish to survive. Good. Now all you need to do is find and kill the Jack of Skulls, and we can progress. More skeletons for you to deal with. You can now counter your opponent's attacks. Hit the counter button when you see the flashing indicator. One of my cards. A small benefit. I will not be so graceful for long. Armor protects you from damage. The best armor, of course, does so much more. It lives in every game. That initial moment where things begin. I have worked on these cards all my days, and the Canyon has been there from the outset. The undead. Of all the players in the game, these are the most dangerous in the world, yet in no natural form. A wrongness, an error, cheating. Shots from rifles cannot be deflected. You would do better to avoid them. Are you agile enough? Well done. Well done indeed. But you have roused the dead in their dusty tombs, and even I cannot say what will come of it. Now our wager becomes more interesting. Will the tools you've earned suffice to address the challenges I pose? That is the question, is it not? Another round, and our game truly begins. A bold woman, this one. She did not collapse when the Empire did. No, she took up arms, organized her people, and vowed that in a country where death had gathered, she would be the one dealing it. Now we play for the card, the first of my symbols. I've added some cards to spice up the game. In addition to the pain and gain decks, there are now blessings and curses. Choose your steps carefully. A moment to savor. That will make you much more effective. It's a lump of iron on a stick. Not terribly subtle. Now we begin to raise the stakes. The arena itself will fight against you. Beware of my traps. The token is yours. Well done. Head downwards, if you dare. This game is still only beginning. New rules, new tools, new abilities. We have far to go as yet. A cave, traps, and the hope of treasure. It's all I could ask for, and more. Better than trudging along a muddy road. Certainly. You are close on her trail. and more confident than I had imagined. Perhaps you will play beyond this mark, and we will see your true mettle. Blessings will remain always active and are never removed. Unless you die, of course. Then you're back where you began, as always. Greed. If it were not for greed, then who would play at this game? Choose from these options. A terrifying walk to get to the Queen. So many potential places for an assailant to get the upper hand. A classical approach to dealing with crowds. Artifacts provide powerful special abilities to use in combat, but it takes time to ready them. Our bandits are displeased with your challenges. Noble causes turn to rotten enterprise. You may win this battle and send the Queen to her rightful end. Yet, what have you gained in the process? Inevitable, I suppose. So often those who beat plowshare to sword die by the grim instruments of their industry. Still, she fought well and bravely, which is all I expect from my pawns and players. You have earned the first of the symbols of my power and passed the first gate. There is no turning back now. Previously I was merciful, but now I cannot be. It is begun. I crafted each of these cards over the course of years. You have taken them from me in mere moments. Do you have what it takes to defeat the rats? Ah, the rats. They have swarmed up from the dark places beneath the realms of humanity and now squat amongst your cities and feast and shriek and hunt and writhe. Our Lord of Plague does like to rub your nose in misfortune. This token will unlock more cards if you can defeat this encounter. Plague by name and plague by nature, the rats leave behind a deadly toxin. A horse is a fine companion. I'm sure you'll leave this one in time. You do not seem to have the temperament for friends, even in the animal kingdom. Each of these cards is crafted from your memories and built from your experience. I created them, but only in the abstract. It is the importance you place on them that makes them real. What brings you to play the game? Ha, I know you will not tell me. Like all the rest, you are silent. Now you begin to trespass upon the Ratmen's hunting grounds. So quick to anger. That's what makes them a mob, really. Every step you take consumes food, but you will also heal as you proceed. An ambush? Hardly fair, is it? Poison. It's the tool of the traitor. Artifacts give you powerful abilities to use in combat. Hush. Can you hear the way his claws scratch the tiles? Oh dear. I like this demon. He lies as often as he tells the truth. They will not let you pass so easily. Prepare yourself. Bandits, eh? Make an enemy of one, and you've made an enemy of all. One can't help but admire their single-mindedness. He awaits plague and pestilence and blood and teeth. Queens and kings of the rat kind have lost a child here today. Take the token. It is yours. For slaughter, your reward. Come, play. I do not want to just sit here. Now we play. Some men thrive in anarchy and chaos. The King of Dust is one such. His tools are cruelty and terror, and I suspect he will harbor a great hatred for you, my friend. In these lands, the King of Dust takes his tithe of all. You face the first of my kings. Each has shaped the nature of their forces with the strength of their will. They will turn that power to your destruction. There's a token in it for you if you win. A little extra health. but it is only a momentary respite. Do you understand how this game works now? Do you comprehend the stakes? Ha! Let us see how you progress with that millstone around your neck. Of course, you can remove your curses at shops if you can find them. Still, I'm keen to see how you handle your disadvantages. Bandits are sorely loyal to their king. They will not let you reach him easily. Deeper towards our foe. I'm sure you are grateful for that. It seems you have made an enemy of the Rat Men. They do not normally attack unless provoked. Of course, killing their leader is a fine way to provoke them. What brings you to play the game? Ha! I know you will not tell me. Like all the rest, you are silent. Win this and claim my token. Were you hoping this was the end? No. Another flaw awaits. The very apotheosis of intellect. Magicians. I cannot fault your choice, though I wonder how you will fare against such tactics. Well done. One more step down, and we may see the end of this, or another set of stairs. On this floor, the King of Dust waits for you. He is prepared. Are you? You may have to contend with every bandit in the kingdom before you reach the king. Caution, adventurer. This armor pulls energy from the world around you. What did you think would happen with a card called Ambush, eh? 6 bandits to keep you on your toes. Again, the surprise attack. The novelty must wear thin on subsequent travels. Increasing the effect of one sort of magic with another. All you need is a channel for power, and it's simple enough. A challenge for you, and a token if you succeed. Really? Is that what you're going to do? Very few are so foolish as to deliver themselves to the king. There are many who will be pleased that you have defeated the likes of my lesser king. As for me, I think you have but proven that I must defeat you entirely. A set of new trinkets for you. You will need them, and more. Come once more to the game. The more you play, the more I wonder. The suit of scales are represented by these lizard men. Quiet, patient, lethally subtle, and coldly intelligent. Of all the creatures I have incarnated as suits, these please me the most. You have taken one of my symbols, but now we begin to play in earnest. My scepter is at stake, and I do not intend to lose it. Scales. I have saved the lizardmen for now, but the stakes have been raised. There is no weapon I will not use against you. Running water protects against many things in myth. Generally, though, it's just a pain to get past. I appreciate your efforts. I worked hard on this game. It is a pleasure to see you play. A ship at dock is worth nothing until it sails. A choice. Select your desire. Every game must include an element of surprise, wouldn't you say? Sometimes it is the human on the other side of the table. Sometimes the draw of a card, or the roll of a dice. Without it, the game is nothing but a computing machine. Our old friend, the Jack of Plague, returns to fight another day. A little food. Not a great change, but enough to switch the odds a little. I'm sure it's not called Dead Man's Gorge without reason. A coarse defense, but a valuable one nonetheless. We play for a token now. Ouch. It's enough to put you off crossing at bridges like this. Surely there's an alternative that would leave you less exposed and vulnerable. This alchemist could have turned his mind to the creation of gold or wonderful substances to better mankind, but instead settled for crafting vile poisons. Disgraceful. What brings you to play the game? Ha! I know you will not tell me. Like all the rest, you are silent. It's better than trudging along a muddy road. Certainly. The lizard men are nothing if not patient. He waits for you. Perhaps this time you will best your intellectual superiors. Occasionally, brawn may defeat brains. I'm sure you are grateful for that. Hungry mouths. War leaves nothing else. These places are rife with power. It is not chance that you should meet a warlock here. Now, a fight for the ages. I expect greatness. Well played. Well played indeed. You have defeated something that I never expected to die. The wand represents my will in the purest sense. It is not too late for you to give up now. Go peacefully to your fate and leave me to mine. You begin to assemble a credible deck. Let us see what happens next. Halfway done. Let us continue. Into the depths we go, searching for the dead and dying. So much death and sorrow in the world. Can you hear the winds keening in loss? Can you hear the dirges as the trees and the earth cry out in sorrow? This is the Queen of Skulls, and that is all she can hear. It has driven her to madness. Her touch is the promise of death, and I say to you, you were warned. Farewell. The lands of the Queen of Skulls are unhealthy for the living. Few have reached the depths of the game that you have attained. They were too weak or too inflexible, too passionate or lacking in the necessary will. You are different. Crypt rubbing. I'm not sure the dead fighting back makes this any more dignified. We meet the Jack again. Did you think him done before? Oh, no. Shuffled back into the deck to rise again to the top. As are we all. Again, a token is at stake. Roaming ever forward, hunting for the truth. I did not create this game, you know. I have merely perfected it. You have begun to understand my innovations. A brotherhood of peace in the service of war. Never trust a priest. Of course, so few trade in the land of death that deals are easy to strike. Even I am unsure where this thing springs from. A permanent discount for those willing to endure the local color. What brings you to play the game? Ha! I know you will not tell me. Like all the rest, you are silent. I bet you're thrilled to see Jack again. I am not surprised they have difficulty selling their wares here. An expedition. Press on. I hear nothing but the sounds of mourning. She is close. Evil made flesh, but with no craft or substance. Powerful magic, but unfocused. Oh dear. If you only knew what happens behind the closed doors. Face death and learn your fate. Then it is done. When even a creature as haunting as the Queen of Skulls perishes, we know the game is almost done. The kings are gathering now. Do you see now what I have built? How elegantly all the pieces fit. One more round. You have earned it. Let us approach the Mother of Plagues. Queen of the Vermin. Under the ground, the filthy rat-kind court her favor, murder each other with leprous teeth for the honor of siring her children. Banish your curses with caution while facing the Queen. You know you risk the true and final death at this table, as I risked my life in ages past. The king is one of the players in our great mystery, yet here he lies, dead and unforgiven. His time is now long past. 6 little ratmen, fleeing from the night. As you plunder the secrets of your memories, you'll gain new cards. Some you'll wish you'd left untouched. So often, this is how the story ends, is it not? The hero tries, the hero dies. Their memory is celebrated, but they are lost. Soon the game will end. I will take your piece from the board. It will be done. Unlike other opponents, I will remember you A quest that may lead you down many paths, towards jealously guarded secrets. Interesting. I prefer not to play at chance. I only contend with the most serious of games. What brings you to play the game? Ha! I know you will not tell me, like all the rest. You are silent. Are you surprised to see the Queen of Skulls again? Choose from these options. A shield for the marathon, not the sprint. A portal and a wizard. Or at least an apprentice. It reminds me of days past. Work your way through the woods and see what lies beyond. I can hear her summoning her children. This fight will be bloody. Are you sure that's the right approach? Though I admire his ilk, I live by very different rules. Now, this is my kind of magic. Death and the transmutation of energy. Don't you find it interesting to consider that you're sitting at my table to play our game, recalling sitting at a table, playing another game? Circles and cycles without end. Combat even I have waited to see. Majestic. Ratkind will not easily recover from this loss. 1 million half-orphaned rats will fall upon you like a tide of horror. Why do you still play? Why can't you walk away? You have earned your prize today. I have only begun to challenge you. The kings are woken and will not be laid to rest. The undead king. In life, he was strong. In death, he's unstoppable. Your road will end here, I suspect. I won this pentacle longer ago than you can imagine. In those many years, I have only now begun to understand its secrets. The King of Skulls is the last of the undead to have slipped from my grasp. You are the first to come close to him. Previously, I had underestimated you. Then, I resented you for destroying my minions. Now, however, I cannot lose. Either way, a great annoyance is dealt with. Let the lizardmen beware. Caves and caverns. One cannot hope to find adventure without a little delving now. Fair Merith, I'm not surprised to find that this encounter remains vivid in your memories. Let us stake a token on their foolishness. I did warn you, I think, about the consequences of magical forces unleashed. I will happily wager on the outcome. I do not think you have what it takes. A curse. We can only hope. A voyage across the ocean, or merely a trip down the river. It has been many ages since the King of Skulls has seen combat. He is hungry. One must now end. I admit you've been well used here. The King of Skulls has avoided my grasp until now. You have sent him to my realm. It is time for a long-delayed reckoning. Take the Pentacle, then. It will only benefit you so far, and no further. More power for you. You have come further than I ever expected. Now let us see how you fare against the Queen. The great Dragon Queens of the Lizard People are the fiercest warlords and generals. You will find very little success in the Queen's domain. Even fate itself turns against you here. These steps you take, none have taken before. Do you appreciate what I have built? Do you understand the elegance of the systems I have forged? Aha! The Count enters the picture. Sail away and see what you will find. I have sat where you sit now. The game, though, the game is very different. I doubt even I would have reached this point. This token will unlock more cards if you can defeat this encounter. What brings you to play the game? Ha! I know you will not tell me. Like all the rest, you are silent. Lost, without a clue. This is a chance to learn how valuable your equipment can be in the right circumstances. Our Queen of Plague returns. Much like the plague itself, when you think about it. There is strength in persistence. Nothing more pleasing than the smell of salt water and the rush of wind, is there? There's a token in it for you if you win. In truth, though, all choices are the devil's choice. Even the choice to do nothing. Created by one of the King's mages during the first Ratman incursions. Your provisions are running low. Can you press on? Given how rarely one encounters the folk, you are fortunate indeed to meet Merith again. Or perhaps we are merely cycling around the wheel and dipping into the same memories time and time again. Did you expect me to tell your fortune? No. A fortune teller is at their most base and despicable when they begin to believe their own lies. Of course, I am different. My powers are genuine. A voyage across the ocean, or merely a trip down the river. She's out there now, waiting for you. The very embodiment of the Earth. For some people, that is home and hearth. For you, it is a terrifying beast. deeper you go, the greater the risk of starvation. A queen of power and grace. You have destroyed something priceless, my friend. Do you ever wonder if your fell hand and the damage it causes are worthwhile? Petty treasures retrieved from death and disaster. We come close to an end for all things. Ah, the King of Plague. He has grown in the dark, surviving every challenge and feasting upon the bones of every single failure. The king will not respond to your normal tactics. In fact, he will make you work harder for less gain than ever. So much destruction you have wrought. Once this is done and the Rat King chews upon your bones, it will be an age before I can find new pieces to face those who come to play. You begin to see the nature of the questions we will ask. Do we look to the past or to the future? Is your decision predetermined or made in the moment? I'm sure you are grateful for that. Of course, mages have their own rules. Power, mostly. I have been confident, perhaps complacent. Yet, these final opponents I assembled in ages past, specifically to hold against the greatest challenges. You cannot possibly hope to defeat them. Revenge is the sweetest satisfaction, don't you find? I was never a fan of illusion or pretense. Here, I'll make an exception. Roaming ever forward, hunting for the truth. What brings you to play the game? Ha! I know you will not tell me. Like all the rest, you are silent. The more powerful the sight, the more vile its trespasses. Did you expect me to tell your fortune? No. A fortune teller is at their most base and despicable when they begin to believe their own lies. Of course, I am different. My powers are genuine. Well then, how will you deal with this? Sail away and see what you will find. He knows you are here. He can smell you. Every time we turn the prism, we discover new ways to meet old friends. Meet the Lord of all pestilence, the King of Plague. Rats will take generations to recover from this. They must battle and battle to find a new king. We reach the end of days, and the end of my reserves. You have taken near everything from me. We approach the final battle, the decisions. The deck is stacked against you, but you have come this far. You should run. This is the King of Scales. He has lived since before humans came to this place, mighty and lonely and dangerous beyond measure. He cannot win. The dagger, my final symbol. Can you take it from me? Even if you can, Could you turn it against me? I, who know its every mystery? I think Here we are at the gates of finality. You or I must die. Poor Jack. His place is so much lower than ours. He merely repeats the same motions over and over, incapable of change. This tale begins, and then proceeds relentlessly. With each step, you will discover a new card and a deeper mystery. The world is but surface. Behind it, mysteries and wonders transpire. I have not thought of my own mortality in an age or more. Now you force me face to face with it. More lizardmen than you usually see together. The King of Death in life. In time, all passed through my halls. But not he. Not yet. If you were wondering why you've been collecting all that gold, you now have your answer. We're starting to get into the meat of the game now. The back and forth between resources and rewards. How will you cross this time? What an ignominious way to go. I do hope you find something to eat soon. Nothing more pleasing than the smell of salt water and the rush of wind, is there? Why have just one weapon when you can have them all? Starvation begins to set in. Try to stay calm. Fear will only hasten your demise. A chance to buy more food. You must be relieved. Food is crucial for healing. If you travel without food, your strength will not be restored between encounters. You'll also begin to starve. It seems you'll learn that soon enough, though. All sorts of terrible things live in caves. Are you sure? At its heart, these traveling shows are but mockeries of the true mysteries. A choice. Select your desire. I am sorry. A tool with a very specific but useful purpose. Not much use if you're not facing lizards, though, eh? Sorry, that struck me as funny. You are my most persistent foe. Here it ends. As pleases you. The Jack of Skulls returns to the fray. Would you expect any less? I'm sure you are grateful for that. And so the end begins. you have beaten all the members of my court, the game is done. Do not think that this means you are beyond judgment. You have not won your life. No, one more trick remains. The dagger is a symbol of the intellect's ability to cut through the ties that bind us. My intellect built this entire framework from the barest pieces. You dare take it from me? I honor our deal. You win, and you gain reward. Even though I now work against myself. Only I remain. You can now access Endless Mode, if you wish to test your skills against chance itself. You face me now for the ultimate prize. I offer no mercy. You face me. The rules change yet again. I appreciate your ingenuity. I look forward to seeing how you approach this particular challenge. You are so close to victory, and I am so close to the final nothingness. I have fought against this day for so long. Another curse on the table. Let us see how you deal with it. Of course, it's inhabited. Nasty. Few have seen the homelands of the lizard men, and fewer still survive the experience. Goblins. I do love goblins. Truly, I haven't seen their like in years. Excellent. How unpleasant. Little pleases me more than watching your attempt to wriggle away from bad luck. A pleasure to see the Queen return. Imagination and illusion. Spells without weight and meaning. Yet they can wrap you in ribbons as easily as any other. These trails wind, and our goals wind with them. My voice and these words draw us closer to the inevitable conclusion. More health to work with. Much good may it do you. A powerful tool in the right hands. An expedition. Press on. What brings you to play the game? Ha! I know you will not tell me. Like all the rest, you are silent. All who sit here must face their personal representation of pure, bestial power. Welcome to yours. It's not enough that you kill them, you'll curse them too. Interesting choice. Now you have reached a point from which the path ahead is unclear. What will be your solution? Your prize. Sparse and relatively empty. Mostly we skip over these moments in our memory. Yet something has caught you here. What traps can you contend with? Caves and caverns. One cannot hope to find adventure without a little delving now. I'm sure you are grateful for that. I'm starting to wonder if you're simply leaving this card in as a quick way to get your hands on a shield. Frivolity is not my forte. Choose from these options. Priests, gods, and eternal damnations. I have no truck with any of it. The deeper you go, the harder things become. Win this and claim my token. The undead do tend to rise again. Finally, an opportunity to eat. I'm sure you are grateful for that. Our hero needs sustenance badly. You close on your final foe. Soon we will meet. Regardless of who wins, know that I have enjoyed the game. Now we fight. I had hoped it would not come to this, but I knew it must. I could have built this trap. Our final confrontation begins. I will not fall as easily as the other opponents you have faced. The three rulers of the Court of Dusk return once more. The microcosm reflects the macro. I have let you come too far. I have become soft. This is your end. Again, my skulls come to the fore. Fight and see if you can emerge victorious. Fate ends here. As well as you have played, I say no more. You must still resist the family of brats if you wish to challenge. Fate has dealt us both an interesting hand. Let us see how it all ends. You have come this far, but you must go no further. I will not leave the game in the hands of one as forced as you. will not go. It cannot end like this. One more for the game.